Okay, magandang umaga po muli mga kababayan at mga ka-explore. Sana po nasa mabuting kalagayan po kayo. Kahit medyo nag-uulan, ingat-ingat lamang po. At sa mga nasa ibang bansa, sana ay nasa mabuting kalagayan po kayong lahat. Kahapon po ay SONA or State of the Nation Address ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Nakakatawa nga lang dahil may mga lumabas na kung ano-ano para sirain na naman itong ating butihing Pangulo, wala namang kakwenta-kwenta yung mga nilabas nila, yung mga fake video na kuno, nagpupulburon ang Pangulo. wala, hindi nila kayang patunayan yung talagang itsura pa lamang ng tao, mukhang barumbado yun. Samantalang ang ating Pangulo ay napaka-professional na tao. Tignan nyo naman yung kwelyo pa lamang ng damit nung tao na ito. Wag na natin pag-usapan yan dahil wala talaga patutunguhan yan. Alang kwentang pag-usapan yan yung pulburon issue na yan. Walang kakwenta-kwenta. At yun nga po, sa SONA po ng Pangulo kahapon, alam po ba ninyo, nagmukhang rally na naman, campaign rally na naman ang dating. Muli na naman kasing narinig yung malakas at nakakabinging BBM. Ganun ba yung BBM? BBM. Yan. Ang lakas nun. Kaya tingin ko tama lamang po na hindi na po dumalo ang mga Duterte at ang kanilang mga alagad. Dahil kung nagkataon, sigurado harap-harapan silang napahiya. At hindi lang po napahiya. Baka ang mangyari doon mag-walk out itong mga ito pag nagkataon wala talaga silang kakampi sa loob. Wala naman naniniwala na kasi dito sa mga Duterte. Sa huling parte kasi ng talumpati ng ating Pangulo, itong kanyang report sa bayan. Hindi naman sinasadya ni Pangulong Marcos na ikangay palubugin o kaya pahiyain yung naging performance ng dating Pangulong Duterte. Talaga lamang naulat sa bayan ang ginawa niya. Pero hindi lang talaga maiwasan ang parang pinagmukhang weak leader itong si dating Pangulong Duterte. At ang exciting part dito ay, alam niyo po ba na pati ako, nag-aabang ako dito, kaya lang, habi ko hindi na yata ako bibigyan pansin ni Pangulong Marcos ito. Ilang minuto na lamang kasi ang nalalabi sa talumpati ng Pangulo. Halos lahat ay hindi na umaasa na bibigyan pansin ni Pangulong Marcos ang issue ng mga pogo na yan. Pero ito ang nangyari. Ganito ang nangyari. Panoorin ng buo ang video.
And the arrest of more than 97,000 drug personalities. More than 6,000 of those arrested were high-value targets. 440 of them were government employees, of whom 42 were uniformed personnel. 77 were elected officials. So to further paralyze our operations, dirty money and assets worth more than 500 million pesos have been frozen and preserved. With strong case buildup and efficient prosecution, the drug conviction rate is at a high of 79%. Together with this, we welcome the report that the number of drug-affected barangays in our country has been reduced by 32%. In our international relations, we have faced challenges to our territorial sovereignty, and we will assert our rights and interests in the same fair and pacific way that we have always done. Proper diplomatic channels and mechanisms under the rules-based international order remain the only acceptable means of settling disputes. Peace and community building will always be our clarion call, especially when the country serves as chair and the host of ASEAN Summit in 2026. We continuously try to find ways to de-escalate tensions in contested areas with our counterparts without compromising our position and our principles. I know that our neighbors too are doing their best to make this work. The Philippines cannot yield. The Philippines cannot waver. We are now more conscious as a people and strategic in heightening our aerial and maritime domain awareness. We are continuing to strengthen our defensive posture, both through developing self-reliance and through partnerships with like-minded states. Ang West Philippine Sea ay hindi katang-isip natin lamang. Ito ay atin. Ito ay At ito ay mananatiling atin hanggat nag-aalab ang diwa ng ating minamahal na bansang Pilipinas. Pagtitibayin at palalaguin natin ang kamalayan at kaalaman ng buong bansa at titiyakin na maipapasa natin ito sa kabataan at ating susunod na mga salinlahi. Laws on our maritime zones and archipelagic sea lanes make sure that this intergenerational mandate, this duty, will firmly take root in the hearts and minds of all our people. Sa buong sandatang lakas, sa Coast Guard, sa ating mga mangingisda sa West Philippine Sea. Tanggapin po ninyo ang taus-pusong pasasalamat ng buong bansa dahil sa inyong ginagawang pagmamatyag at sakripisyo. Let us now turn to our economic status and our prospects. In spite of headwinds that we have faced, we have stayed the course. The country exhibits healthy signs of post-pandemic resilience comparable to strong economies in our region. Our poverty rate has significantly dropped to 15.5%, down from 18% in 2021. This present figure is even lower than the pre-pandemic level of 16.7% in 2018. Ang katumbas nito ay halos 2.5 milyong Pilipino ang naiangat natin mula sa kahirapan. Kasabay nito, nabawasan ng lagpas 1,700,000 ang bilang ng mga Pilipinong walang sapat na pambili ng pagkain. Patuloy natin pagsisikapan na marami pa tayong maiaahon mula sa kahirapan. To sustain the country's economic gains, we are promoting investment-led growth. We have set in motion policies and programs to create an environment conducive for business to thrive, like reforms in the capital markets and implementation of green lanes. As a result, we have green lanes certified, around 100 projects with a total investment of about 3 trillion pesos across the sectors of renewable energy, digital infrastructure, food security, and manufacturing. The Philippine financial system remains robust and resilient. Tax and non-tax revenue collection has also become more efficient in pace with our rejuvenated economy. Notably, for the past 2 years, our GOCCs have remitted dividends to the national government with a combined tally exceeding their contributions in 2022. To build on these, And guided by strong fiscal discipline, our proposed government budget for this year was crafted with utmost care, diligence, and meticulous attention. We look to the cooperation of our colleagues in the legislature, not only that our proposed national budget be approved in your usual timely manner, but it be adhered to as closely as possible. We expect all agencies to ensure that every centavo allocated will be judiciously spent for our urgent priorities and socially impactful programs. Mga kababayan, sa lahat ng ginagawa natin ito at mga gagawin pa, mataas ang aking kumpiyansa na malalampasan din natin ang hamon ng ating pinagdadaanan. Dahil ito ang pangunahing hinaing ng taong bayan. Hindi tayo titigil sa paglalaban sa kahirapan at sa paghahanap ng lunas upang maibalik sa normal ang presyo ng bilihin, lalo na ang bigas. At ngayon po, naririnig po namin ang malakas na sigaw ng taong bayan laban sa mga pogo. Disguising as legitimate entities, their operations have ventured into illicit areas furthest from gaming, such as financial scamming, money laundering, prostitution, human trafficking, kidnapping, brutal torture, even murder. The grave abuse and disrespect to our system of laws must stop. Kailangan nang itigil ang panggulo nito sa ating lipunan at paglalapastangan sa ating bansa. Effective today, all pogos are banned. I hereby instruct PAGCOR to wind down and cease the operation of POGOs by the end of the year. The DOLE, in coordination with our economic managers, shall use the time between now and then to find new jobs for our countrymen who will be displaced.
Ayan. Napanood kaya ito ng mga Duterte? Tapos na ang maliligayang araw ng mga taong may pakinabang o may kinalaman sa mga pogo na yan. Ngayon naman mga kaibigan, mga kababayan, gusto ko naman malaman ang inyong mga saloobin at reaksyon patungkol po dito. Mag-comment lamang sa ating comment section. Maraming salamat po sa panonood. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.